Hello. So... yeah, I forgot there was a new hold last week, or I would have done this then. Although, of course, I've seen this before since I was in the beta. I should at least run through a bit of it on stream. After that, we can get on to Metroid. Well, I may as well start. So this is Dugonium by Dying Fletchman. Well, it would be just as dangerous by any other name, so we might as well call it Dugonium, wouldn't we? I would say, shouldn't we, maybe? I don't know. I guess I never paid attention to the... Huh. I didn't know that song had like an ending like that. Anyway, I've just not sat on this intro screen that long, I guess. Usually, when I've been doing Alphabet Stream and just sat on the title screen waiting for something to happen, it's been rooted hold music, and it's gone into that weird, like, harpsichord song that it plays after the singing. And that's all I'm really familiar with, mostly. In which our hero finds himself in a sticky situation, the origins of which are not of concern for our story. Refuge from said situation is found in an old castle where acquaintance is made with the Count of Panadia. Bithro is told of fascinating scientific discoveries which he has difficulty understanding. As an expression of his gratitude to the Count, our protagonist agrees to embark on a secret mission to find out more about this exciting new phenomenon. It's about 2 sentences making up a whole paragraph. Maybe that's not quite right. Ha! You can't move now. Fire traps. That was close. Hello, Mr. Bithro. Glad you've managed to find shelter here. Yes, I'm Bithro. Can't help it, really. And who are you? You sure look fancy. I am the Count of Panadia. I had to find a safe hiding place from the Gentrii, just like you. Have been stuck here for months now, but it has been time well spent. This castle seems pretty dark and drab, if not outright depressing, if you ask me. What did you do during those months? Science! My team and I have discovered a truly magnificent mineral. It's radioactive. What? Radioactive, like plutonium or uranium? What? Never mind, it's hot, dangerous, and tremendously powerful. We want to present a certain quantity of it as a gift to the king. Naturally, we have dubbed the substance Dugonium. Oh, that's fine and all, but I'd like to continue my travels. How do I get out of this castle and past those Gentrii? Well, you are a very lucky man. There have been massive problems with the Dugonium mining and field experiments. If you help us to solve those problems and harness the power of Dugonium, we will escape easily. So what? So, no weapon. Oh yes, you can pick up a weapon from the umbrella stand over there. This hold has been in beta testing for quite long. It's unbelievable how many mistakes and unintended solutions can be found in a hold that is completely finished. The beta testers did a great job to help me improve the hold. They are the real heroes of this hold. Insoluble, thank you for your detailed comments and your dedication to thoroughly testing the complete hold. Bent, thanks for all the room comments, finding many unintended solutions, and providing helpful suggestions for improving the graphics from first one to master the hold. Zendaris, thanks for playtesting, scripting support, and for correcting many typos and assorted language error '*s. Smiley face. HyperMe, thanks for doing a very quick testing of many rooms and being pretty critical, especially on level layout. Mo Butterfly, thanks for testing the first level and helping gauge the difficulty. Most of the difficult rooms in this hold have been marked as unrequired. That means that you can go to the next level even if you do not complete all the puzzles. Enjoy the adventure, DF. Okay. How do you like it? What did you do with this? It's all glammy and glittery. Well, yes, of course. We put glitters on that staff. It's necessary for handling the Dugonium. I did explain how dangerous Dugonium is, didn't I? Gurmp, I look like a sissy with this staff. It's a good thing there's no pits in this room, or the player could just arbitrarily kill off this major character for no reason. For now, I'll just stick her in a corner. So, I read all that quickly just because I get impatient reading a lot of scrolls aloud. Like, I wouldn't be quite as impatient just reading them. Occupational hazard training, in which our hero is forced by corporate regulations to make a short detour to attend the mandatory safety briefing. Good day, sir. In this room, you will find the necessary safety instructions. Okay, I see. No need to yell at me. Sir, yes, sir. Was he yelling? This training is required by corporate regulations. By DROD regulations, this room is neither high scoreable nor necessary for mastering the hold. If you like to be immersed in the true, learn as you go, experience TM, feel free to skip this room. Go be a maverick. Anyway. Yep. Should have done that. So when I'm finished here, I'm fit to deal with this Degonium stuff? No, sir. This is basic survival training only, sir. Did I not do this right? I'm stuck in the room. Oh, I see what I did. Ha! That's kind of hilarious. I accidentally trapped myself in here. I know. It even destroys potions, apparently. Oops. I keep registering the stone floor as shallow water, which makes me slightly confused as to why I'm still able to walk around on it. Oh, duh. I don't know why I'm doing all that. This is a very noisy safety briefing. Yep. I'm just messing around with the safety briefing section right now. Your occupational hazard training is finished, sir. You may now take our VIP shuttle service to the Ice Desert. Okay. Ice and Fire, in which our hero arrives at a desolated ice desert after long travels, develops a liking for his newly acquired fancy staff, learns to handle the strange new phenomenon known as Degonium, and is slightly disturbed by toys lying around. After finishing many puzzles, the entrance to the Degonium mine is revealed. So these must be the icy plains where they're doing their experimenting business. Guess it keeps the stuff cold and safe. So they're presenting a large quantity of Degonium to the king? That sounds like an assassination attempt, if you ask me. Challenge you just cannot resist. So I still have some real difficulty getting this out of here. Even though I think I've actually achieved it once. But yeah, this is the first room you hit. And I don't know. If I didn't have any idea what this element was, I might have some difficulty. I mean, I guess I would figure out pretty quickly that walking into it kills you and that you can push it with the stick and that it melts ice. So that might be enough to say. There we go. Probably. I think... There we go. I assume this is what the challenge is saying to do. At least I sort of remember that. Anyway. I'm particularly bad at this room for some reason I'm not really sure of. Obsessive compulsive de-icer. I misread that as Delver at first. So this room's pretty neat, I guess. What we want to do... something has to go on that button. Ligonium needs to be over here to kill these guys, I think. At least as I recall. Something like that. So I think what I need to do is this, if I remember correctly. So that brings some of these guys over. You basically just want to keep doing that, I think. Alright, that's good enough. Probably. We'll get some of them anyway. Locking the room because I know what might happen. What did I do that for? There we go. There. Now if I stay in this side of the room, that'll be good enough. Maybe don't do that though. Because I need to get this back out again and push it up there. I'm starting to like this glittery stick. This slick glittery stick. Blah. Slick glittery stick. Wow, those wubbas can handle the radiation. They even protect the ice underneath. What we want to do is get at least one wubba out from under that. Seems to be the only option here. So I should move this. Huh. Hey. I'm just gonna play maybe what I can of this first level of Degonium. That seems like a pretty good compromise, since I have beaten pretty much most of this level already. Well, except for the hard rooms. I've done all the required rooms in this level before. Wow. Let's not do whatever I was doing. Wubbas can shallow water, maybe? No? Okay. There we go. I just want to sort of get these two to the other side. This platform shape is not really ideal for this. I want him to stay there, and I don't want the other guy with me. There. Yeesh. Okay. Now you get in the box. Wonder why he didn't move. Anyway, both Bubbas in the box. Why won't he move north? That's really weird. He should just move north, but he won't. I'm not really sure why. Why won't you stay where I put you? There. Okay. That's that room. It doesn't look like it, but there is a room to the north. Well, it does look like it, but it looks, I don't know, a little bit strange as far as trying to get the passage. I don't know. This room I have not figured out. I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work. I mean, it looks like I should bridge this and then push the Degonium up north, but there's no way to actually do that. Because once it's here, there's no way to get it anywhere. And I can't move the Degonium to the other side where it would be really easy to move it north because this platform is the wrong shape for ferrying something across on. This won't work. That's the only place that I could hope to bridge the gap, and there's no way to do it there. So I don't know what this room wants from me, but it doesn't seem to be solvable to me. So it's like, obviously I need to do this and get it up there because that's the only way I can kill that brain. But there's no way to get it there because I can't use this bridge to do it, and I can't get it across to the east side to use the other bridge. So I don't really know what's expected here. Anyway. Kind of an oddball exit path, but nothing wrong with it. Oh, come on, just clean up your mess, alright? I didn't leave my toy bulldozers lying around when I was a kid. I did point this out during feedback, but I would imagine that almost anyone on the 8th would reply to that with, "What's a bulldozer?" Including Beethro himself. Anyway. This should work. Maybe. I think I messed it up. I can't... I'm having a really hard time telling... I don't know, I thought there was a visual difference between thin ice over shallows and thin ice over deeps. But I guess not. I can't do that way. Well, that's good enough. That opens the way. So that lets you do this, which I think is important for some reason. Wasn't paying enough attention to see that. Looks like someone forgot to clean up their toys. It's also a little odd that, like, I don't know, every time when I first played this and also this time, and I think at least one other time, I always seem to encounter that second dialogue before what appears to be intended as the first one. I think I need these puffs for something. I'm about 90% sure I need puffs for some purpose or other. Or are these fluffs? I can't remember which one is the stuff and which one is the creatures. Oh, right, I can just push this across there, duh. Square things. Square things? These things? Mini miners? They do nothing in this level, but they are self-moving things that move themselves and push pushables in a future level. I guess in this level it's just introducing you to the fact that they exist and can be pushed. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't leave the puffs alive here. There's lots of places to get puffs from. I know that my solution before, which I vaguely recall being maybe unintended, used the puffs to kill these brains. But I don't really see a different way of achieving the killing of those brains anyway. So there we go. Right, so I can't see any good reason not to go ahead and do that, since the other two brains are still keeping things brained as long as I might possibly need them to be. That brain will die here. Okay. So now we've got a puff here who can probably take care of that other brain if I put him in position correctly. That should do, maybe? Right. No, he decided to be an idiot. Really? Can you please stop that? Killing yourself like an idiot thing? Just go kill the brain for me, please. No. Don't chase me, chase the brain. He's gonna vertical preference himself the wrong way. There we go, that's it. I can't push the golem piles because the golems were on force arrows in the first place. Anyway. I don't really know what this is about. I guess that's it. Okay. There. Now, I'm not completely sure, but that feels a lot like what I did originally. Maybe I misremember something. I don't remember ever solving this room. Well, I don't remember a solution to this room, but I must have solved it at some point. So I have to somehow magically push all 4 of these out without ever leaving the area myself. And then survive getting out with all of them out there, which I'm not sure how that's achieved. I guess I should aspire to push 3 of them out one way and the other one out the other. Oh, whoops. I forgot to adjust it vertically at some point, I guess. There we go. At least the chat's working. Apparently, last Friday, at some point in the recent past, the chat messages just abruptly stopped going through to me for some reason, and I don't know why. I checked and the automod wasn't doing anything. I even have Fagundo listed as an allowed word just in case the automod ever turned itself back on again. Okay, that's all of the required rooms, I guess. I don't recall ever solving this one. This is one I think I solved in an unintended way, and there was a leak, and I fixed and the leak was fixed. Blech. Let's see, as I recall, my unintended solution involved something like putting a mimic inside the box and having him take care of everything for me, or something like that, I don't know. Well, I actually, first of all, automod is set to 0, which means that it shouldn't do anything. And secondly, I went in and I found a place to input, what's the word for it? Whitelisted terms, so that automod would never ban that term ever again. Yeah, I forget whatever I was able to do before. Although I'm not surprised if I can't do it now anyway. I really don't know what this room wants from me in the first place. Yeah, there's no way to get that anywhere past where it is right now, except to push it back out again, which is not helpful. What's this do? Oh, I was misreading things, that's all. I guess that's fine. Is he stuck? Why is he stuck? That's weird. I don't know why. Wait. What? Okay, hang on. So I guess I'm not supposed to do anything with the mimic whatsoever? I'm not really clear on what I'm looking at then. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why is there a mimic potion at all if all he does is push one button? That seems really weird. I don't know why these open these doors, considering that they start out open anyway. Yeah, I have no idea what any of this is supposed to work like. I don't... Like, what? I mean, there's there's not really anything else to do with the mimic unless you've got that shut. And after that, the mimic serves apparently no purpose, but there's also no way to get this stuff to go up. So the mimic is completely pointless because you still can't get this to go any farther north than this, even with the mimic's help. Okay. Why is there a pointless mimic in this room? I don't know. I guess that's the idea. But then I have no idea what's up with these buttons. Why do these buttons exist? And also there is no way to actually get the Dugonium to the other side. So there's no way to push that plate because you'll just be stuck here. What? So I don't know. I was getting this in here on the assumption that those were shallow thin ice and that I'd be able to push it up onto that button. Because if I can't do that, then I have absolutely no idea what it is that I'm expected to be able to do here to solve the room. Because there's no way to get this past the there's no way to get this past the fire traps except to put a mimic on that button. And I have to get this past the fire traps because somebody needs to get past the fire traps and push that button. But I can't push that button without pushing this button, which means trapping the mimic. And there is no way for anyone, there's no way for me or the Dugonium, because of the thin ice, to get up there. And because the mimic has to stand here for the button to even be open in the first place, there's no way for the mimic to be up there either. So in summary, I have no idea how this is supposed to be possible. What is this? I guess I need to hold down all three of these buttons. So, this is deep water, so that means I can't push the Dugonium west. Okay, so I just need it out of the way of the rock golems, I guess. So I should just push it out of the way. I should come in from the south and push it south so that it's out of the way. And then stick to the north as I walk in, I guess. I don't know what this is about. Not sure how to get a guy over there though. So I guess I should come in on the north side and push them north to ensure that somebody can go north. This side, as far as I can vaguely remember, this is a room I just sort of looked at and gave up on immediately, so I'm not surprised that I have no idea what it's about. Okay. Okay then. I guess that's it. It feels really odd. Not sure how I'm supposed to kill those roaches. Yeah, I don't know. I'm supposed to achieve some perfect configuration of Degoniums so that the roaches die, but the rock golems don't, despite the formation they're in, making that basically impossible. I mean, I can kill the very first one, but after that, there's no way. If I move north at any point that would kill the roaches by Degonium, then I kill at least 2 of the rock golems. Yeah, I don't know how to solve this one either. Well, at least I got the exit level anyway. 3 rooms I can't solve, but some rooms I could solve. This must be the entrance to the Degonium mine. I guess someone gave him a layout, gave him a map or something before. The rest of the level didn't really introduce the fact that it destroys Briar, although it's not surprising that it does. Well, anyway. In which our hero discovers that the toys are not actually toys at all, learns to put the mini-miners to good use, and finds unexpected friendship. The events take a darker turn when Beethro discovers a secret plot. Yeah, so... Whoa, those toys move! See? It moves, it'll kill you if it steps on top of you, and it can push Degonium around. Which is kind of the main salient point here. See? And it ignores fire traps, which is useful for pushing Degonium around. So they can be inactive and they can be active, and there's a token that does that for you. Just, you know, a semi-token kind of thing, at least. Anyway, since I have sort of seen much of that before, I don't feel too inclined to keep going right now. I'd rather sort of move on, especially since it's new and some people might not want to be spoiled on too much of it. So, let's look at Metroid series. Although I've played all 3 of these before, I'll at least go a bit through each of them. So the original Metroid, Metroid, it's just kind of a gigantic map. The small continent of Zebes is a natural fortress in the 8th. Its sides are covered with a special kind of stone, and its interior is a complicated maze. Goblins have planted booby traps in the maze, and the hungry inhabitants lie in wait around every corner. Beethro has succeeded in penetrating the fort, but time is running out. Will he be able to destroy the brain infestation and save the locals? So, I guess there are locals? I don't remember seeing any locals throughout this whole entire level. So yeah, this hold is really strange as holds go. It has lots and lots of rooms that are absolutely, completely, and totally unclearable. It has this bizarre tar gate-based system where you have to know the code to open the doors, or you could figure out the doors for yourself, I guess, but that's no fun. So it's like, I don't know. It's trying to adapt the idea of Metroid in sort of an odd way, particularly the idea of enemies being always present and after you. I guess I'm supposed to read those scrolls to see what this one's code is. Gate number 1 of 20. Each orb numbers 1 through 9 from top to bottom or left to right. You must enter the correct door in the correct door code in the correct sequence. As this is gate number 1, you should use code number 1. If you do not have the code, you should further investigate the rest of the hole till you find it. Oh yeah, we can go west here, that's right. Forgot. Okay. And the actual rooms are the places where, throughout the game, you will come across scrolls containing a code to unlock a specific yellow door. Good use of scroll braining to keep these roaches inside of the box. You should take a note of the code details you find in the scrolls. Use it with the same number you find in a scroll next to a yellow gate when you encounter it. Anyway, level code number 1 of 20 is 9467. Yeah. Could be mistaken, but I sort of recall not being able to go and get code number 2 quite yet. I don't know, maybe I could. Maybe I should go check whether I can get that or not. I'm not sure how else I could hope to get that besides for actually going through the room. Maybe... Oh, no, I see. To get the code for 2, I need to go back to the east after exiting the way I did to begin with. So I have to do that to go exit east, but after I've exited east, I can come back this way and open that door, and now I can clean the room completely and collect code number 2. Do not push that orb. Code number 2 of 20 is 1297. Okay. And I did make a notepad of these codes for myself, for my own use, when I originally played through this. I don't know if I still have that notepad file. If I do, it would be in my save transfers folder of my Dropbox. If I go look that up, I'd be able to take some real shortcuts in this hold. Let's see, do I still have that even? No, I think I kept it on my desktop and not in a Dropbox folder. Well, anyway, no problem there. So, I don't know. The thing is, what I think is missing from this to actually count as being legitimately Metroid or Zelda-like, what's really missing is that the various items you pick up are never just keys. Soon you will come across further doors that need codes. Again, if you do not have the code, you should further investigate the rest of the hold till you find it. Like, the items you pick up are not just keys, they're also actually... This will merely complicate things for yourself as you need to clear the code rooms to complete the hold. You will just end up getting stuck. Anyway, that's number 7 down there, we don't have that. So it's like, in this case, in fact in all 3 of the Metroid type holds, the thing they go for instead is like, oh, you need the code, and the code is literally just a key. But if you're making a Metroidvania, or indeed a Zelda-esque game as well, you need to understand that the cool thing is not that you're picking up a bunch of keys that open doors. It's that you're picking up abilities that enable you to solve new challenges that open doors. But the items, if all you're doing is picking up a key, you're not able to solve some new challenge with that key. You're just able to open a door. Like, unless you're really clever, a key to a door is not going to give you a new challenge. I don't know how else to put it exactly. So this is where I differed in my design philosophy kind of significantly from what these holds did when I began trying to build Beethrow's Awakening. Is I went for finding actual abilities. So this room is survival against brained snakes, which is really bad news for me. Uh-oh. That's no good. There we go. Get the snakes behind me, and immediately mess it up. That's no good either. There we go. I needed space to turn north, that's all. Now I can go push that orb. Check out the diagonal moves. Lots more space in this little room area. So, I guess the curious thing about this hold is you're not going to have very many demos, even if you play the whole thing, despite the absolute multitude of rooms that this hold has. The majority of them have this brain or something else you just can't kill ever. Here's a door for number 5. This is horrendous. Look at all these things. Okay, well I can just exit north and find door number 3, which is no good right now. I'm half tempted to just restore back to where I was. Restore back before entering this room because no, we're fine. That's pretty easy to exit. So that leaves me going north instead. I'm gonna pull this guy a bit farther behind me first, and also turn my sword the right way. That should be enough breathing room, probably. Yeah, way more than enough. I could have also killed that snake there, honestly. Welcome to the land of gigantic brain snakes, because we can. Right, it looks like if I enter this room a bit farther to the west, not too far to the west, but a bit farther, maybe I can push on past this guy? I don't know. Them being brained is a real trouble for this room. There we go. Style change, and therefore music is different. My instincts telling me to kill that last Wraithwing are completely inaccurate. Well, I can kill this brain, I guess. I don't think it matters right now, because I can't finish the room without code number 6, I guess. Or maybe I can. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is no problem. I just need to pull the snake into this maze here, and he'll probably bonk himself to death. Eventually. That's good enough. Yeah, that'll take care of him. Well, I guess whenever I have 6, I'll be able to take 5. Or I can come back through that way and get 5. For now, it's good enough that I clean this room, I guess. Brained Wraithwings are really strange. And I don't really know how to exit this room. So this will be interesting. Am I stuck? Did I mess myself up? I don't know. This sure looks like a one-way passage to me. Oh, okay, maybe this will work. Okay. This is much easier going southward because there's no snake harassing you until you're already done with the roaches. I just need to get around him, which should be pretty easy. So I guess all this time where I really needed to go was north from the room to the west of here. Because that is an option. I will say, the architect really had a fondness for unnecessarily windy rooms. I mean, it's pretty obvious, just looking at the map. It's like, look at this and that and that and that. Too many maze rooms, seriously. In some rooms, you will notice yellow numbers. These indicate a yellow gate in the room. The number is the code that needs to be used. Gate number 2. So that was 1297, 1297. And after that, this gate is a bit of a pain to walk through. Here we go. Oh look, it's a wall of roaches. Whatever shall I do? Well, they're brains, so they're pretty stupid. And I can just do that. In rooms with code pieces, you'll notice some green numbers in them. This informs you there is a code to collect in the room, and also that the room can be cleared of monsters. Most rooms do not need to be cleared, only rooms with codes that need to be obtained and the final room need to be cleared. Weird scare quotes there. Exciting gameplay. Alright. So now I just need to figure out how to get there. I just push all these buttons and that's it. That's pretty easy. That seems oddly easy. I don't know what that's up with. Oh. Okay, I have to also go push that button again. Ooh. 8431. It's alright. I'm not planning to play through the whole thing today, so... should I try to go north here? Can I go north here? I can go north here. Maybe I should just wait here a moment. Hoping that the snakes kill themselves or something. No, this isn't working. Okay, that's good enough. Northward. Because I don't remember seeing a code 3... Oh wait, there is a code 3 door way down there. Well, I still want to know what's to the north first. Well, that snake's not really brained right now, so I can sort of manipulate him away from me while I exit here. Now he's stuck going through that corridor, so it's easy to pass by. Here's a bunch of roaches. Yeah, that won't work. Look, I really need you to not be in my way, Mr. Snake. That would be exceedingly helpful. Fine. There we go. Oh, okay. I need number 12 here. Okay. Bye. Well, at least it's easy to exit this room. I really think this concept for a hold would actually work better as an RPG level set. I mean, think about it. If you have an RPG level set, it doesn't matter how mazy the rooms are, because you can just push go. Plus, RPG has built-in abilities that you could give the player to... Wow, I'm completely stuck this way. Let's not do that. Yeah, RPG has built-in abilities that you could grant the player. Plus, you could pretty easily script in some new ones, right? And you have a sense of actual progression that you could build into it. It wouldn't be something like this maybe wouldn't be built as a classical RPG level set, but it could still be made into a pretty interesting one. Kind of an interesting non-standard one, maybe? How did I get past this before? True. Okay. 8, 4, 3, 1. So back when I was playing Mechmech's Hold, he had targets like this too, but for some reason I just had a really hard time interpreting the numbers. This one seems really straightforward. I don't know. There's just something different about the presentation that I like better, perhaps. I bet, yeah, I can walk right by these guys. Huh, this looks like a clearable room to me. Also, it has a kind of vaguely roach-like room art, map art looking thing. I don't remember if I disliked it all that much. I forget what my opinion was. I'd have to look at the hold itself again to really remember. So this is one of the rare rooms that's optional, but you can clear it. And it makes it easier to get back through here again later. Really long passageway. I assume this is supposed to be like an elevator in Metroid, but again, the actual elevators, you know, happen automatically. They're really more like loading screens than they are things you have to go through. I guess they didn't have tunnels yet when this was built, or maybe that would have been a good option for making that go by a little quicker. Here there's just some arbitrary goblins that you can't get to for some reason. At least I don't think you ever can, anyway. Seems like I've hit a dead end. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing to do here. Yeah, this is the part of the hold where it starts getting annoying to try and figure out where everything, like how you can get from A to B at all. Like what exit you can even use. Well, I guess I'll try going east this way. Because like you could say go east from the room, but there's like 16 different ways to go east. And not all of them are accessible as you first enter the room. You have to kind of take a wild guess. Here's something I can't do anything about from this end. I guess I'll go that way. Oh hey, I found number 4. Near the end of this hold is some just kind of horrendous gigantic tar stuff hordes, as I recall, which is like supposed to be the boss. I sincerely hope Beatrice Awakening bosses don't make people feel quite the way I felt about that. Yeah. It is one gigantic level, do remember. Code number 4, 7152. Can't exit that way. Post-collision. I figure it's almost 3. I might quit this soon and move on to the next one. Maybe kind of give a quick restore map overview of what the rest of this hold looks like. I will admit it's certainly an unusual experience in terms of usual Drod mechanics. It sort of turns things on its head when your goal is just to run through a room and not to clear it. I wonder if there's a way someone could produce a hold that has actual proper high scores in all its rooms that uses that philosophy. Like if you could make it so that, like a whole idea where it's like the level says just pass through, and you can kill the monsters if you want to, but explicitly your goal is just to reach the end where there's a conquer token at the exit of the room, and if you reach that conquer token, then you have cleared the room. So the monsters kind of destroy themselves as soon as you reach the token. Something like that. Because it really is a different thing if you're trying to optimize getting through a room as opposed to actually clearing it and killing everything in it. Also, this was a dead end. Okay, I think this is a good time to call it for this hold, because it just keeps spinning around at this point. But just look at this map. Just look at this map. Yeah. Here's Quintonce South, Quince East. Here's Quintonce South, Thorse East. I don't even know what Thorse is. Also, there's a room that's just literally one tile. But yeah, up here you'll see, here's a horrendous thing. Let's look at the room start. It's like, yo, here's a giant horde room with tar stuff. Here's the most horrible mazes. Mazes. I don't know why I said that. Like, look at this. This is just terrible to walk through. And here's a bunch of evil eyes in that room. But yeah, this is quite some kind of hold. Oh, here it is. This is the quote-unquote final boss. This is completely just insane. And after you do that, you go and you get through here, and I think the first time you get here you have to proceed back because you don't have the blue doors open. And then you hit this trapdoor path, you walk along these broken walls, on. When you get to the end of the broken wall path, it leads to here. And it keeps going. This is a really long broken wall path. Okay, eventually the broken wall path leads right back to the entrance. And in the entrance, you can go one more south, and here's the exit of the game, of the whole hold. So yeah. Once you finish this, you just kind of go on a really long tour of what you've already been through, back through all these broken walls to the exit. I guess this area is supposed to be Turian, because it has lots of tar stuff, which is not in almost anywhere except for the doors. It's like all of the bosses are just Tar Mother based. Anyway, so next we can talk about Metroid Echoes. I think that's the next one. Or is Prime next? No, Prime is the second one, so let's do that first. So, with the technology of Rooted Hold, Geomatrix did some other things. The space pirates are transporting many species to their local hold for Phazon experiments, unaware that Samus has finally tracked their location. As they continued with their unnatural experiments, she sped toward the new land, preparing to wipe them all out once and for all. At this point, yeah, thanks, I know how trapdoors work. At this point, Geomatrix kind of gave up on pretending that this takes place in the 8th, and just said, whatever, I'm just going to recount the exact story of the original games, because why not? Exactly. Airlock repressurization successful. Remove the red tiles to progress through the gate. Morphology unknown. Info, high levels of radiation detected. Blah 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 blah. This is all text from Metroid Prime. Or it's an imitation thereof at least. This vessel has already been jettisoned. This vessel has already been jettisoned, and he misspelled jettisoned 3 times. Well, it's really the same misspelling several times. Oh, hi. Something is going on here. Yeah, okay. Like, they're trying really hard to do the space pirate ship at the beginning. Because reasons. Oh, also, there's an actual, roach there. Oh, hey, the Seep woke up and did whatever that is. I like how they don't even turn around at all. Parasite infestation has been detected. 2 parasite queen specimens. I'm not going to read all this text. There is too much text, and you should just watch a Metroid Prime playthrough, because it's the same stuff. Strike the orb to access the tunnel. Access to deck beta approved. Hooray. Look, specimen cell C, specimen cell A, specimen cell 17,276. That's not a valid number. Parasite egg in pupa stage. After mutation, the carapace becomes rigid. Combat mutation applications are complete. Okay. You will gather data on new monsters when you close in on them. Ballistic support needed in Specimen Block F. Auto defense turret. That's what we're calling, use sword to break outer casing. Sure. Yeah. Space pirate logs. They went to a lot of effort to sort of copy just a ton of text from the already existing video games. Phazon Infusion. Phazon. Yes. For the record, I don't really consider the Prime series to be Metroidvania, just because to me, which this is maybe a personal preference, but to me it's not a Metroidvania if it's actually 3-dimensional. Like, being a side-scrolling platformer, in my opinion, is a natural requirement for being considered a Metroidvania. So I'm not likely to play the Prime series, at least not as a part of that. I played Prime 1 and I thought it was okay, but it certainly didn't give me... I didn't feel like I was playing a real Metroid game when I get right down to it. Which sounds dumb, but I mean like in the sense of being... this is walls. I mean, there are ways of blending things that feel fine to me, like some of the like the Shantae game on the 3DS. I think it has some 2.5D-ness to it. That's fine. It's still essentially a side-scroller. Or like the 3DS Kirby games. They still have 2D gameplay and controls. They're not Metroidvanias, but I would still classify them as 2D platformers, even though they involve the third dimension in some way. Didn't I? Oh, I guess there was no speech here. Now there is. Ah, blank. I sure am glad that destroying a Tar Mother granted me access to the deck. Also, hi, Seep. What are you doing? classify the Metroid Prime, at least the first and second ones that I've played, as being really just kind of explorational, kind of weirdly first-person platformers. Like, first-person and platformer really do not mix well. They're kind of like, I don't know, peanut butter and hot peppers. Yeah. Like, just being unable to see your own character makes it really difficult to judge where you're supposed to jump. Look, it's the Goblin King. Goblins represent, I don't know, space pirates or whatever. Airlock depressurization successful. Anyway, now I can finally exit because I cleared the level, I guess. We can move on to the part that's after the main intro zone. The exit is back where we started, but this way. See? There's a Goblin King. Character Goblin King. What the heck was that? You hear that? What is that supposed to be? Oh. Okay, sure. Off he goes into space. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. So yeah, here you get to the ship. You're able to track the location of your upgrades. Upgrade traces are received one at a time to keep objectives in order. This is really complicated. Just look at all these words. So, these are not in the order of my numpad. They're in this horrendous wheel-based order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. I cannot and have never gotten used to that. But anyway. Who deliberately block her off from progress. The lichen seems to be growing off, giving off low levels of radiation. No matches found in Flora and Fauna Databank. Morphology beetle. Burrowing instinct with a resilient carapace. Extremely aggressive. Yeah, okay. Guide stem. Blah, blah, blah. Sap sac. Chemical reaction produces violent explosion. So yeah, as you can see, our decision here was to make, to put some roaches directly in the way, to put some scripted roaches that do things. Anyway, West. Here we are at glorious West. So yeah, burrowers are actually just roaches that appear when you stand in the right place. That's cool. I don't know what's up with that secret room there. Also, they appear every time you enter the room because scripting. And I guess, I don't know. Passageway to shrine, I can't go there. So this is a different effort to create the same sort of effect that they did back in the original Metroid, wherein you might clear a room, but a lot of rooms you're just supposed to come back through and still fight the monsters every time you do so. Like, this is a more classical usage of that idea to some extent. Eon. Ion. I thought these were defense turrets. Make up your mind. Then again, I guess roaches are both burrowing beetles and also whatever other thing. Chozo script translated. Blah, 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 blah. We translated the Chozo script, guys. There's a checkpoint up there, but I can see basically no reason to go all the way up there. Well, it's rooted hold, so they didn't have a choice as far as I guess... Well, I assume they didn't have a choice when it comes to the appearance of scripted characters. Or else I imagine they might have bothered with actually making them look like, you know... locks. Or at least not like people. This is bad. I should just back off into this tunnel. So I don't know, to some extent this hold feels to me like a lot of weird filler in between normal Drod type rooms like this one. Which I guess you could qualify the original for that sort of description as well. Like, this is what I would call an actual puzzle room, if only it's just sort of a weird horde thing. I think this is supposed to represent, like, the first boss, the first actual boss on the place that you get an upgrade from on the planet. Missile launcher code acquired. Gate code 5231. So now I have to go try to remember how this works. Oh wait, no, that's the morph ball code. The missile launcher code is 5231. But this might use the missile, I don't know. It's not really being clear on me. Nope, that requires morph ball code. So yeah, this is, yet again, we're using these codes as keys, and we're not actually getting upgrades that behave like power-ups or whatever. I'm having to walk back this way. Hey, these guys exist still. Missile launcher code? Yes. So, this is one. I have... 2, 3, 1? No. 5, 2, 3. I have so much more trouble inputting these codes. I think I'm doing it right, but... oh, goodness sakes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1. It's really finicky too. If you start the code wrong, you have to undo back out of the area. So like, it doesn't pick up when you start entering the code if you accidentally enter an incorrect number first. So like, if I pushed 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then it counts it as wrong and it'll never open unless I undo before I did that, or leave and re-enter the room. This is this is kind of what I feel is kind of an important complaint about, which maybe the scripting again would be really tough to make it actually do that, but it's something that I feel anyone trying to input a code of this kind in the game would really expect to be able to do. I don't know. Anyway, I cleared that room now. Oops. I hit the microphone. I'm going to... I have intentions of playing this until about 3:30 and then switching on over to Echoes to be through with the Metroid games by the time that I'm through with this stream. So, this is a room. Yeah. I'm so accustomed to actually tough holds, I keep expecting these orbs to open the door right next to them. Like, yeah, of course that's what's gonna happen. Oh. Did I miss something? Hold on. Oh, that one. There we go. Well, this is easy. Clear. Morph ball code 6446. 6446. Oh, this requires ice beam code. That's really confusing. Like, if I were designing this hold and I insisted on doing everything else the same way, like the way the codes work and everything, I would at least say, like, make sure as I design the level that I don't need a different code immediately after getting a code. Like, what you should do is, after providing the player with a code, is give them an opportunity to use it right away. I don't know. Oh, I think I pushed wait one time in the middle of all that, so... Yeah, you can't even wait in between. You have to do exactly the right thing. I guess this qualifies as a secret room. It has what appears to be some ripped graphics, but might not be. I don't know. I would say that's a small enough portion of Metroid Prime, even if it is something taken from there to be qualified for fair use, probably. So we needed the morph ball code up here somewhere too. I imagine that philosophy might clash with actually how the original game played, but I might also argue that perhaps not being too faithful to the original is good, because it gives you more freedom to play around with what you're doing. I'm certainly taking that stance when it comes to the design of Beethro's Awakening, anyway. This is tedious and unnecessary. How fun. Access to Magmoor Caves North granted. Please something something. Step onto the staircase. Why not? Here we have a blank description. It doesn't say north, it doesn't say west, it doesn't say east. It doesn't even say south. It's just blank. Grisby. Subvolcanic carrion feeder. Okay, that checkpoint is really out of the way. I think maybe this... I mean, surely this was in an era when maybe checkpoint placement wasn't that well understood and it was thought of as like a reward to go to a checkpoint or something. North. Alright, so despite having access to there, I've not really got anything I can do there. What do these orbs say? Orbs? What do these scrolls say? Oh, Chozo script. Never mind. What's this? Oh, that's cool. A long passageway of broken walls that leads to nothing, because it's pretending to lead somewhere that a different broken wall leads. Like, I can see quite a lot of very rooted hold-ish Wave Buster. Wave Buster? Wave Buster. What is Wave Buster? Do you mean Wave Beam? Like a lot of this winding passage that's unnecessary, teasing the player with something they can't actually get to, putting scrolls to try and be plot. How do I open the middle door? Probably that way. Ta-da! Oh hey, it's a secret room with another piece of art. I guess this is what the secret rooms are in this one. I liked the way secrets were handled in the Echoes a bit better. I don't think the original Metroid has any secret rooms. I could be wrong, though. Are you serious? I have to do this? Yeah, have fun walking around the entire maze. I guess the idea is to get the player to really look at that portrait while he's blindly shuffling his way through this maze. Are you serious? Okay. Yep. This is the thing we are doing. I bet optimizers love this room. Okay. I could have optimized that room, but I chose not to because it would be too tedious. Have I been here before? I think I've been here before. Yeah, this is this place. What was the point of all that walking around then? Maybe... What's this? Talon Overworld North. North. Okay, I guess I'll go back to the ship, quote-unquote. That's so annoying. Like, I'm just trying to walk through. Roaches pop out of nowhere. Like, if they were visibly there in the first place, that would be one thing, but it's like, yo, let's have them pop out in scripting reasons for no... just out of nowhere. Here they go, popping out. Roaches. Here's a roach right next to you. So here's the purpose of the upgrade codes towards these. If I look up missile launcher, 5, 2, 3, 1. That didn't work. Why did that not work? Five, 2, 3, 1. No? Do I need to... is... Oh. I have to enter 1 4 times first. Cool. And it won't let me enter a new code unless I leave and re-enter the room, I guess. Okay. Okay, I guess it can do that? I don't know. Charge beam. Chozo Ruins 3 north, 3 east, apparently. Like I have any idea how to get there with the maze-like design of everything. Well, let's 3:30, so this is how this one goes, pretty much. This is why I didn't really feel inclined to finish it when I did first try it out. So now, finally, let's look at Metroid Echoes, which is sort of a hybrid of the ideas behind the first two ones to some extent. There is some actual effort to make like a real hold out of it in some ways. This is my third hold released in the Metroid series. Join Beethro in searching a new land of the Eighth, collecting new items and abilities that will allow him to explore deeper areas, meet the race of the Helf, help them defeat their enemy, and restore peace to the land of Aether. So yeah, we went back to pretending this takes place on the 8th. Well, this is a thing. You can stop, thanks. I told you could stop. Why do you still... Oh well. I don't know. I think I've seen some people. What did that say? I should probably read that. Temple Gardens. Beethro enters the garden. This seems a well-organized place. Maybe I'll take a look round. Over there, I say. You. Oh, it's a statue. Okay. Anyway. So we actually pretend these are statues instead of arbitrary gate-type things. And these rooms have names, I guess. This is the entrance despite being twice south, once west. This is Roach Corridor. And this is Study Area. Yeah, this is a great place for studying with all the Roach Queens. We can't really do much here yet, eh? Okay, whatever, you're brained, I'm annoyed. So I think at least it tracks what items you've picked up with variables, so you don't have to enter codes anymore, which is nice at least. I can't seem to move this statue again either. Again, I'll come back later, maybe. Maybe indeed, Beethro. Another roach infestation. Nothing I haven't seen before. Ha! So there is some effort to actually say that this is Beethro and we're in the 8th and stuff. And we're fighting roaches and not burrowing creatures. Anyway, here's a really dull trapdoor maze. Yeah. There are also people who play RPG level sets on a regular basis. I'm aware of at least one of those, which have a strange intersection with people who like ultra-high difficulty games like I Want to Be the Guy fan games. That was an odd thing to discover. Okay, I guess the point of this is to push the queens out and then pull the roaches out and then kill them all. Seems fine. There we go. Don't hurt me. Find my twin and I will let you past. Right. Please, she is lost and I don't know what to do. Well, you seem like a nice chap, okay. Or you seem a nice chap. Thank you, kind sir. I guess we're looking for the roach's twin. First roach chamber. Second roach chamber, which is where we started. Thank you once again. Okay. So, the point of that was to arbitrarily loop around this maze zone twice, and not actually to do anything cool. Find my twin and I will let you past. Find my twin. I am a talking roach queen. Thanks once again. Here's a statue you need to come back for later. Ah, finally. Let's kill these roaches. I'm just gonna shake them up. Hope for the best. That didn't work. Perfect. 7th place somehow. Someone's done better. Now I can walk all the way back around again. Here's another statue I can't do anything with yet. I sure hope you enjoyed juggling back and forth between the 2 roach chambers for like 10 minutes for no apparent reason. What is it with all these weird statues? Oh, hey Slayer, what are you doing? Where are you going? Rats, I guess I'll have to follow him now into this galaxy stairs. Dungeon cells. Through the portal into the emptiness, Beethro hits the ground with a mighty thud, but there is no time to recover. The Slayer is near and something just moved behind those rocks. I don't like the look of this. Okay, Slayer, what are you up to now? ... Not talking, huh? Well, we'll see about that. Hee hee, okay, time I was leaving. Ah! Portal will reactivate in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. I guess I'll just wait here then. What a weird thing. Beethro opens his eyes. Phew, that was a close shave back there. I don't want to be going through one of those things again anytime soon. This dimensional portal cannot be reopened. Good, maybe the Slayer is trapped with those sneaky spiders. Hee hee hee. Well, this is a thing. I guess I need to methodically open each door one at a time. Or I could just open all of them and say screw it. I'm sure that'll be fine. Yeah, no one ever got an optimal room by just being really safe about it, right? I won't be optimizing this room either, but you know what I mean. Alright, I gotta push the queens out now. Well, that's 2 of them. There we go. There we go. Roach stairway area. There are no stairs here. Conservation area. Conservation of what? Momentum? Roaches? Conservation of roaches sounds like a great physics concept for this universe. Which is, I don't know, no matter how many roaches you kill, there will always be more of them. This is certainly a room. It's a bit tedious, and the horde just isn't tough enough to really be that hard. You just sort of have to deal with it. It's the same idea as the 2 roach chambers where you're just walking back and forth 16 times, but... Oh, see you. Except that this time you have roaches harassing you the entire way through. Because why not? Okay, this is bad, but I can get around it like so. And also push all those queens out, which I think is a good thing. I sure hope I'm not stuck here. That would be a giant pain. Now we're making progress. This should be fine. This will get rid of this queen and push everybody else out of there. Yeesh. That was a room. What is this? Nothing, I guess. I think it has some relevance later, but... more roach hordes. Oh, and there's a roach behind that thing, so you can't even open the green doors yet. But I guess at least I can go get the trapdoors in peace now. Yeah. I always thought it looked sort of like a mud baby, but kind of weird. I think that though you have to stand on those tiles to open a door or something. To open up a statue, I mean. Except I'm not completely sure. Oh, hooray. Why would I want to do that? Oh, wait, no, I know. There's broken wall path here. We need those doors open to move on past here. Technical problems are occurring with this gate. Team believes the door will be unstable, and close in the near future. Please dispatch Delver ASAP as a blue gate is preventing access to Gate's orb. Please dispatch a Delver is not the kind of thing I would really expect any actual architect to say in this universe, I mean. But one could be forgiven for not knowing that. Hi, random statue here. Oh, statue training. Okay. So, hey guys, we made these things. We called them statues. They achieve some purpose or other, I guess. But first, here's a weird trapdoor puzzle that exists for no apparent reason. Orange statue, unlocked by hitting it with a bomb, and it will then become a green statue. Red statue, unlocked by triggering an event in the room, or obtaining a new item. It will then become a green statue. Green statue, unlocked by using the statue key. Right. So the event we need to go do is this mimic. I'll leave this statue key in the desk for the Delver who will rid this land of the Armin. May he have better luck than I did. So I guess that mimic is supposed to be a dead person? I'm not really sure. Anyway. Did I not actually pick up the key? I thought reading the scroll was good enough. Nope. Great, with this statue key I should be able to unlock all those green statues I passed on my travels. Okay. So, we go unlock this one. Red statue deactivated. At least they borrowed the door close unopen sounds, I guess. Anyway, that's statues, I guess. Sending Rune Conquer solutions to server. It's going to lock up again, isn't it? No, you can stop trying now. I told it no before, but I guess that no didn't last. I could go out to settings and tell it to stop being connected in general, but there we go. Statue key entrance 1 of 2. Okay, well that's nice. Statue key entrance 2 of 2. This is really awkward, but I assume the goal of this is to make certain statues turn green. Okay, this secret has been found, but there are many more to look for. Oh, that's a weird way to put it, Beethro, who is the finder of the secrets. I mean, Beethro's the one talking, so shouldn't he say something more like, okay, I found a secret, but maybe there are more? Question mark. Secret rooms, 6.2.1, Exterminator M. Ingses. There's something wrong with the lock systems in this section. They failed twice, trapping us until someone came along to let us in. If it happens again while we're playing bait for those things, well, at least we'll go out fighting instead of hiding in the control area. So, the way they handle secret rooms is actually kind of neat. There's a big, gigantic map art that looks like some Metroid-type art stuff. Secret exit. Okay. But they're all kind of in... I think some of them are puzzles, some of them are just nothing, like that room was. What is this convoluted path? Okay. And now this nonsense. We had to have some of this. Oh hey, where's this door go? U-Man's Temple. Entrance from Temple Gardens, North Route. Okay. Hey, Delver, over here. Eek, roaches out of thin air, and I'm trapped. Don't worry, I'll hit the orb when the roaches are hungry. I hope I'm in my best smiting form for this. Ooh, so hard. I mean, it's not easy, but I've seen tougher, yeah. There we go. Just didn't need to rush that queen so much. Phew, that was a bit tricky. I want to know what's going on in this crazy place. Okay. Do not be afraid. I am U-Man, Sentinel of the Health Drive. What's going on with all these roaches? Please follow me and read my story. Why do you look like my nephew? Long ago, a cosmic object fell on this continent of Aether, exploding with great force. A rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the land. Where once there was ether, there were now two. One ether, there were now two, one of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. It was the end of peace on Aether, for new creatures were born that day on the Dark World, filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Armen, an army of creatures, unnecessary comma, knowing nothing of peace or mercy. For decades we stood against them, yet we now lie on the verge of defeat. When Dark Ether was born, our energy reserves were divided, half for our world and half for theirs. Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. Please help us defeat the Armen. You're our only hope. Sorry, bud, no can do. I'm just too lazy. I mean busy. I'm pushing no just out of curiosity. Don't help then. It just leaves you trapped in here if you say no. Okay. Anyway, let's see what happens if I accept a bribe. Well, okay, then I've got nothing better to do anyway. Okay, so if I... shouldn't there be an undo option? There's usually an undo option when you, Yeah, I have nothing better to do anyway. Well, okay then, I've never nothing. Thank you, the Army have taken the energy to the 3 temples on Dark Ether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to our own. Take this energy transfer module. It'll show you the way forward. It'll also let you warp to and from each temple when the energy has been restored. Locate the temple in Magwig's desert. There is knowledge there that will help you on your way. Prepare well for your journey. They know you are coming. Come back here when you have restored the energy to a temple. So, this is very much an attempt to sort of just jam Beethro and the 8th into the story that Echoes has in the first place, which, I don't know, that's kind of a dull way to handle it in my opinion. Like, if what your goal is to sort of create the experience of that game in this, I don't know. Oh hey, I can open this. Where's this go? 1111, Lost Origins. It is told that the Helf were not born on Ether. In the early days, we roamed the greatness of the land, bathing in its beauty. Okay. Oops. And I can go this way. Temple Gardens, entrance from Yuman's Temple, East Route. A new path has opened, says the statue aloud for no apparent reason. Whoa, those statues can talk? I guess I'll go see what the new path is. That's Magwig's Desert. Entrance from Temple Gardens. It feels to me like you could maybe just go without entrance text for a lot of these, and that would be better than having, like, weirdly terse entrances with no backstory or anything. But really, it's more than anything, it feels like we're just underutilizing the potential of entrance text for plot use, for plot purposes. There's literally nothing to do in this room. I don't know why I bothered. Why are there orbs here that do nothing? I don't know. Here's an orb that does nothing. Here's an orb that does nothing. Here's an orb that does nothing. Smiting Plaza. That's a thing. I guess these people worshipped smiting, which is, I guess Beethro should get along with it okay then. So, Slayers are the exclusive kind of property and creation of the Empire. So what does that make the Armen? Did the Armen steal Empire technology, or did the Empire somehow invent the same thing the Armen already had? Like, all of your enemies in this hold appear to be just regular monsters of the same sort as the Empire makes, and or that exist naturally. So how do the Armen figure into that? Alright, cleared the room. Now what is all this mess? Besides a mess. I guess I can go step up here and wander up there and See where this tunnel leads, and that tunnel, and there we go, now I'm to the east. Smiting Station. Here's some rock golems, guys. Have fun with them. Like, it's not that there isn't the potential for cool ideas here, it's that I never really feel like any of it is ever borne out, because there's much more of trying to just sort of adapt and reuse the existing writing and setting concepts from Metroid, rather than coming up with your own spin on the ideas that can actually work in a world where Beathro exists. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. But I guess in some way this is more disappointing to me as an author, as a story reader and writer kind of person. And it's not the most amazing hold either, I'll be honest. I mean, it's okay. This is an interesting little sort of puzzle thing where I need to extract another rock golem to be able to kill the last one. I don't know, it could just use more of lots of things. But it is Rooted Hold era, so it's impressive for its time, I'll admit, but that's really very much for its time. Defective gate, please operate from the other side. Well, I guess I can go in here and do that. Why would I want to do that? Oh, I guess I'm supposed to open this and then trap these guys on these. Which, like, this qualifies as a puzzle, right? It's sort of really just snake manipulation and nothing else, but I don't know. Would you get down here, please? Thank you. Now die. That was easy. How do I leave? Ah. This. Because, you know, we didn't have green doors we could have used for that purpose. Portable orb training. I think maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe stand here? No. Where am I supposed to go in this place? Oh, there's a cracked wall. Okay. That was needlessly confusing. So this is at least a halfway interesting idea. It's just hard to think of it as an actual mechanic rather than just yet another key for doors. This portable orb is able to extend the reach of a Delver. It can activate all fully enclosed orbs 2 spaces away from him. And that sounds like a generic rule, but it's not really treated as one, probably because, you know, there weren't like global handlers for this sort of thing, so the best that they could do was actually hard code every single orb that they wanted to be affected. It can only activate fully enclosed orbs that you can't access from another route or gate. So they're incredibly limited in usefulness. And yeah. I have never tried scripting in Rooted Hold era type stuff, but anyway. Oh, are you thinking about how this portable orb implementation would work as a general scripted element? I guess what you would need to do, it would probably be easier to just have a generic portable orb character who exists, who you put directly on top of an orb that you want the portable orb to activate. So every orb that you think the portable orb applies to just has a character on it who checks if Beethro has the correct, it checks if the correct global variable is set to say that you have it, and then if Beethro is in the right region relative to the orb, which is very easy to check, or if there's a mimic or whatever else that you want to be able to activate it, like temporal projections, then it attack tiles its own tile. That wouldn't be too hard to code, really. And maybe that's even what they did for this one. It's hard to say, though, really. It's trying to send Rune Conquer solutions to server again. But I'm just not sure how interesting mechanically that would be. I don't know. Because it's effectively not very different from just hitting the orb anyway. You'd also need some way for it to say, oh, Beethro is still here, and then now he's left the area, so I can start pulling for him again. But that's a simple wait while, go to loop kind of thing. So again, that's not too hard to achieve, I think. Is this where it's going to have to stop? It's trying really hard still to send Rune Conquer solutions, despite the fact that oh, there we go. Portable orb entrance, 1 of 2. Okay. Portable orb entrance, 2 of 2. Portable orb active. Portable orb exit. Okay, let's see this portable orb in action. I have to be only a couple of spaces away from the orb for this thing to work. Wow, that worked really well. I'll hold on to this for later. So this is a neat idea, and in fact it's a reference to something actually we've seen in Drod before, you know? I don't know. Beethro, it is you, man, again. I have more information to help you fight the Armen. A dark portal lies nearby. With it you can travel to the land of shadow. You must locate the Dark Temple, a twisted mockery of this sacred place. There you will find our energy controller, but the temple door is sealed with 3 locks. The keys for them are hidden throughout the Dark Land. Your search for them will be difficult. You must stay away from the mosaic tiles there. They are not protected against the invisible beasts of this land. Step on the stairs ahead to receive the Desert Key. You will be able to explore more of the land, restore energy to the temple. Okay, Desert Key. Desert Key. Secret rooms. Paradise. Aether was a fertile, aged land with bountiful fields and oceans. The native creatures were gentle compared to other worlds we had encountered. It's hard to see it, but this does eventually form something resembling a thing. I'm saying that I'm about through with this. This is enough for today. But let me show you. Yeah, I got pretty far in this, and you see this hold art? This is neat. This is made by Pilcher the 8th, apparently. So here's the proper, tutorial type secret rooms. Here are the log entry type secret rooms. And it really looks like a picture of Samus, which is pretty neat. I guess I got farther along in this than I thought, whenever I first played it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of the weekend, and farewell for now.